Nick Woerner is going to be the player playing Rug Delver against Justin Uppal's Shardless Bug, very similar to Jerry Thompson's list from the Invitational. Nick Woerner's
got a very simple Rug Delver.
Pretty stock Rug Delver list, has the 4 Stifles, 3 Spell Pierce, 2 Spell Snare. He does have a main deck Sylvan Library, which has sort of fallen out of favor. So we're going to get to things right in the middle of the action. A pair of 6/7 Tarmogoyfs for Justin Uppal here in this 3rd game, while Nick Woerner has the 3/2 flyer in the form of Insectile Aberration and...
Shard.
Yep, Shardless Agent is going to get countered by Red Elemental Blast, but he's still going to get to Cascade into Baleful Strix.
That is
which is the perfect card to be able to hit.
Monstrousness there. Boom. Baleful Strix draw. In this matchup, what you're going to see is that both of these decks are able to just grind, but then Justin is going to be able to do these crazy things where a Shardless Agent could pop down a Strix, and a Strix kills opposing Tarmogoyfs, opposing Delvers, opposing Nimble Mongoose, or it could even pop off something worse, that Ancestral sitting there waiting. A card like that coming off of a Shardless Agent, it's not just a dream. You can see it happen all the time in this deck.
Absolutely, and the Shardless Bug is designed to take over these fair matchups like Rug Delver. Rug Delver tries to take advantage of every little card, every little edge that it can gain, but the sheer card advantage of the Cascade with the Death Touch creature plus the drawing a card off of Baleful Strix plus cascading into draw 3 really is a rough day for Rug Delver.
One of the things that are the costs to playing a Shardless Agent-based deck, it's pretty simple, really. The major cost is that you don't get to cast cheap counterspells. There are no Spell Pierces in his deck. There are no Spell Snares. Why? Because you don't want to flip one over to a Shardless Agent.
Yeah, and so you don't get to see things like Spell Pierce or Spell Snare out of Justin Uppal's deck like you do out of Nick Woerner's deck, or you do out of other bug decks, like the one that we saw last round being played by Lauren Nolan's opponent in the last round, or Spell Pierce is a pretty ubiquitous card all over the place, and unfortunately you just can't play it in the Shardless Bug deck.
Ancestral Vision does click and hit. I'm curious what's in Nick Woerner's hand. I see a Spell Snare.
Looks like a Brainstorm or a Spell Snare and a Stifle.
Oh man, I think Nick Woerner does not know how Ancestral Vision works.
Yeah, he could have stifled that trigger to leave Ancestral Vision removed from the game. I'm not sure it mattered though, because I believe Justin has a Force of Will, and even if he didn't have the Force of Will, we still have an armada of creatures at the ready.
And look at that right there. Nick Woerner now down to 1 permanent. If you are playing with old school Indiana rules, if Justin can somehow destroy that last permanent, Nick Woerner would not be allowed to talk.
Nice. I like that. So there's the Thoughtseize concedes. Justin Uppal, one of the rising stars of the Open Series, is going to win this and move on to the top 8 over Nick Woerner, 2-1 with Shardless Bug.
Now, I know that Justin is one of the people that Chris Anderson has been friends with for quite a while. I'm kind of curious if he is also an Indianapolis area player or not.
I believe so. Justin is still in high school. He is 16, actually. He looks a lot... the first time I met him, I thought that